Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay. I have one.
Let's,
Do you see all the name?
Let's try though. Let's still try.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and you are watching Bad Batch Case of the Mondays. Let me know if the music's going to be a little bit loud. I'm going to turn it up right now. But what we do here, this is the Boba Squadron. We look at the Disney Plus show Star Wars The Bad Batch, and after every new episode, I come on with my friends from the Boba Squadron, and we talk about things that happened in the episode, and it's a lot of fun because we're all toy collectors, so we can talk about some Star Wars collecting, the new things that we got, and of course we get to see comments from you in the live chat. That was weird. And also, if you're in the replay, don't be shy. You can write some comments. I'll still see those comments if you're watching a replay, and I'll try to get to all those as well. But it's a lot of fun here on the channel. We talk about a lot of toys and collecting, so it's just a fun way to kind of bring those two passions together. The TV shows and movies that give us cool toys, and cool toys and chatting with friends. So that's the Boba Squadron. I hope you enjoy your time here. If you have a quick second, leave a thumbs up on the video. It takes a few seconds, but it helps the channel a lot. So I appreciate you doing that. Everyone who's here, everyone who shares on social media. It's all that Sean Connery voice that Paul and I were doing before. Share on social media. But thank you for being here. If you're watching on Twitch or here on YouTube, thank you so much. Let's bring on the rest of the Boba Squadron. Oh, D Sertle, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you. Thank you. First up, you may know him from such shows as Train 48. No, wait. You may know him from such shows as the Falling Chronicles that has been made famous on the Fallen Fett channel. Please welcome to a longtime fan of the show, the world famous Lil Boba.
You forgot my name. It's
I
Lil
did.
Boba.
I did. I was gonna say the Fallen Fett. And then I was like, I'll play it off as a dramatic pause, and then you called me out on it.
I'm replacing him. I'm replacing the one you call the Falling Feet. I'm Bob Fetta, and I'm here to take over this broadcast. But of course,
hear you breaking.
only you can screw up the name. That's so funny, man.
I don't know.
What's
Someone
up,
screwed up
everybody?
Bob Fetta. So,
Bob Fetta, typo of the century. One of many typos. When you make the Vibe top 60 powerful Asians or something of 2023, and they misspell your name not once but twice in the same post, and say that you starred in a show called Bob Fetta, well, you've made it.
Everyone, here is the real guest from that window, from that introduction. Again, Train 48, Mr. Paul Sun-hyung Lee.
What's up, everybody? Good to be here. Thanks for showing up. I see a lot of familiar names in the chats, and we're ready to get it on. Talk about toys, Star Wars, and
That's not the right phrase. Ready to get it on?
dude, man, I'm. Oh, you're an idiot. Aliens? No, Hudson. Let's do it.
No.
Let's get it on. I'm trying
I
to
see
channel
Alien?
some of that. You saw Alien. That was part of your homework assignment. But have you seen Aliens? I guess. Is this a new homework assignment we gotta bring up? Yes.
I watched it. They're like 30 years in the future, and they have suits with the collars were like a little bit weird. Was it 30 years?
57.
Yeah.
47 years.
Round.
47 years.
Round.
47.
Double.
57. It was a long time. A long time.
It was very sad because did she have a daughter?
She had a daughter who
I don't want to
aged
spoil
out.
it for anyone who hasn't seen.
Well, the
Aliens.
movie's from 1986, so if you haven't seen it yet, dumbass.
Yeah, that was really sad, that part.
Yeah. So, anyways, her daughter, and she ends up being in cryo sleep, the character of Ripley, for so long that her daughter, who was 11 years old, dies of old age. So, There you go. And she comes back and her daughter's dead.
Oh God, I can't do this. Well, welcome to the stream, Paul.
Thanks for having me,
You
Kevin.
you stream over on your YouTube channel, Bitter Asian Dude. You did a little live stream over on your Instagram page earlier today. What Angry Appa on
Angry
Instagram?
Up is my Instagram handle. Yes. Yeah.
And you opened up some stuff there. So everyone, please go check out Paul on all these outlets. What do you do on your YouTube, Paul? If people, if everyone watching right now isn't
I'm glad
already
you
following?
asked. I'm glad you asked. Basically, what I do is I unbox a geeky collectible. I do a half-ass review, and we chat. Basically, there's a drinking game, all manners of shenanigans. Mostly, once I open up the aforementioned collectible, I try to put it together. I often have a lot of difficulty, even with the instructions. But everybody in the community, they have a lot of fun on the chats. They make fun of me and my inability to pick up things like small batteries, tiny screws. I drop them, lose them. Magnets are my weakness, as are pieces of tape. But it's all in good fun, and it is all about community building and maybe enabling a few of you out there to pick up a toy if you're sitting on a fence. I know earlier today, Daniel Sertle, he was not going to get this Millennium Falcon from Jazzwares, and after I did my review, my half-ass review, he was convinced. Because who wouldn't want something as dope as this?
I might be in the same boat, actually.
That's two. So you see, these toy reviews, they work, and they're lots of fun. So that's what I do. Bitter Asian Dude Inc. That's my YouTube channel. Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern is when I usually broadcast. I didn't do one last night because it is family week, and so I spent it with my family. And next weekend, I'm actually going to be in Los Angeles, so I'm not going to be able to do my live stream then. But the week after, rest assured, there will be another stream. So Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific, Funboxing Sundays. Come and join.
All right. And that's perfect. That's a perfect lead in, I guess. Not really for
She's getting impatient.
Yeah. She's like, hello. We didn't forget your chair was backwards earlier. And I thought you were trying to do a Bond villain turn for our Bond theme tonight. But please welcome to the stream the never forgotten, always memorable Yoko McCann.
I was just taking a little nap.
Hi, Yoko.
Hi guys. I know, Lucy. The disrespect.
She's like, I can't believe those guys didn't bring you on earlier.
Yeah.
I know how you feel, Yoko. I was disrespected too.
Ryan Dole says she's gonna have beef face, resting beef face.
My resting beef face. So here it is.
Have to be. Yoko, welcome back. How's it going?
Great, super.
Oh, John. Hey, it's John from last week. Says, are your computer issues all sorted out?
Yep, I think so. Got my password reset. However, it is high winds here, and I lost power a little bit ago for like 30 seconds. So we'll see. We'll see if we make it tonight.
All right. Yoko streams over on Twitch every Tuesday night. What have you got going on this week, Yoko?
That is a good question. That is tomorrow at 7:30. I will probably go back to Orangeburg here. So close.
You're so close.
So close to finishing. But
Almost got the whole backside done.
yeah. Yep.
All right, everyone, go give Yoko a follow over on Twitch if you haven't already. Thursday, I'll be back on Unboxing Thursdays with Chris from Mind's Eye. Sometimes we like to talk about toys. Oh, also Ernie might not make it tonight. He might show up late. His water broke, so he
Somebody said.
Usually I don't know how long that takes, but we'll see. Any new pickups this week, Yoko?
I got I'll just show them here. I was going to save them for neighbors, but they're not really much to unbox anyway. But so these were only in Asia, I think. But there's they're another line of Cos Baby adjacent figures that they call Cos.
Is that the Cosb? Oh,
yeah.
So there's Cos Baby, Cosb, and Cos.
And Cosby.
Cosby?
I don't know. It's the branding is inconsistent. But this was like a blind box series that they did for Mandalorian.
Nice.
Those are adorable.
Yeah, so I bought a couple. I mean, I had to overpay for them to get them since they're from only in Asia, but I had to get Fennec.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm trying to do the look through the screen thing. When you dropped her out of frame, I went up and was like, is it? Can't.
And I got Ahsoka.
Nice.
Paul can't wait until everyone gets those 3D cameras that you can remotely access. Then he's like, now who's laughing?
So that's what I got in the mail.
Just the two?
Yeah, I just got the two. They took a.
Oh, wait, you didn't buy them blind, right? Because I'm assuming those are the two ones you wanted.
I'm just super lucky. No, yeah.
Are you actually?
No, I am. Nope.
Did you buy them blind?
I bought them blind. No, I did not buy them blind. I bought them unboxed on eBay.
I be blind. Anna is here. Hello, Anna. Oh, I forgot to say hi to everyone in the chat. I am completely off today. Let's go see what Paul got this week. Anything Star Wars related? Oh, yeah. Wait. There's a 2-hour live stream.
Yeah, no. Okay, I'm going to start off with the stuff that the little care package that Ernie sent us. That's right. The Fallen Feet. Yeah, no, he's expecting to be in his Fetchonies once he's changed out of them because they got all wet. No, it's his job, right? Like he works for the water company out in wherever he lives, and so he's on call. And I can't remember that it's up a hill. I remember that it's up a hill and down the hill is far away. He's like an hour and a half away from Anaheim, where Disney World. So
yeah, let's give his exact address out.
It's kind of in the desert. That's enough for all you geo nerds and detectives to figure out where the Fallen Fett lives. Yeah. And if you can find him and get him a proper bubble tea, then or a boba, then you'll win a prize. So there we go. Watch they show up with
like a bounty.
He gets like a dozen of these on his doorstep.
Oh, Yoko, did you get any drink?
No, I guess I did not.
No soju?
I thought maybe I should lay off the soju.
Oh boy. So yeah, Ernie sent us, and we joke about it because he sent Kevin and I care packages from the States, and he turned one package into 3, which Kevin finds very funny. So he got me this from Disney Parks. This is the Batu Rebel helmet. It's got like a bit of Big's Dark Lighter on it. It's got some the spire and whatnot. I liked it. I liked the design on it. And I wanted to see how it stacked up to the Black Series type helmets. And I'll tell you right off the bat, it's just like the Black Series because it's just a little too small to fit on your head with the pads on. And when you take the pads out, it's a little too loose. It's a really neat looking helmet. And what's cool is the visor goes up and down. And there's a really nice, the mic, the metal part is extended. It's very, very posable. It's nice. So these are the nice parts. And it's got electronics. It makes noises and whatnot. I just haven't put batteries in it yet. So that'll be a fun sort of discovery, and it is very much like Hasbro because you click on that little button there to make the different noises. And then following up.
Sorry, Paul. What size fitted hat do you wear again?
7 5/8.
Okay,
7 and 5
for everyone who's curious about the
7
fitting of those helmets.
They say it fits up to a size 8, but when you put the pads in, that's the thing. The pads are a little bit too thick, and it really compresses at least my gigantic head. Feels like it's being squeezed a little too hard.
I thought Kev was setting up a joke there, but he was actually being helpful.
Then I was
expecting him to say like 8 3/8 or something like that.
Hey. We're talking head size, not your finger size. Right? Okay. So
no one understands that.
No, I know.
And the but guy working the emergency room.
That's all you're. I got this Disney Parks exclusive. Well, Ernie got it for me too. The Millennium Falcon, the Batu. This is the Galaxy's Edge edition of the Millennium Falcon. That's right, Michael Galaxy Squadron. Yeah. You know.
Welcome to the stream.
Yes. They flew made a trip specifically to the park to pick up this Michael Galaxy Squadron's Millennium Falcon. So Jazzwares also sent me a really nice care package. So I did that unboxing on my Instagram channel.
That's cool,
so
yeah.
You want to check that out? And you can see all the different ships that I got from there. So another Falcon, Boba Fett ship, Havoc Marauder, T-47, the Gauntlet, and Ahsoka. So that was fun
My
to
goodness.
unbox. Yeah.
Was Anna excited to see that?
The box.
Shipment,
Yeah, well, I got it for free, and they are. It's nice when a company like Jazzwares does send you some stuff, because you feel like I get to review stuff, right? Like you kind of feel like you've made that level where it's like they're sending you products so that you can review, and that's always really nice. And it helps that I absolutely adore that line too. So yeah, she was happy for me. I don't think she was very happy to see the box, but
especially when you're like, bring it in the house, baby. No. Speaking of which, hey, Jazzwares, check this out. Oh, I don't know how to use this thing yet. D Sertle helped me pick up this Chase, one of 5,000. It is the Ahsoka. Paul, do you have this?
yeah, that's the one I just unboxed, and it's funny.
Do you notice? Do you
The
have the
stickers
same
are
thing?
different.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about.
What?
There's 2 Ahsokas in here. There's a one upside down behind.
Oh my
it.
gosh.
Oh, wow!
I just noticed this as I'm getting ready.
Wow,
There's
you
an
better not
upside down-
unbox that
that's
one.
rare.
Yeah, super
Is
rare
this a one of one?
mistake. Yeah.
Now I have to buy another one to open.
Hey, I got one.
Dang it!
I have one that's opened if you want it. Like I've opened
take
this one. I've got
Yoko's.
one I'm sending to Yoko, and I've got the other one. But yeah, that's super rare,
That's
dude.
funny.
The 5,000 sticker is a mistake, and the first batch
Yeah.
says Micro Galaxy Squadron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's supposed to be one of 15,000. That's the one that's on my sticker. On
Yeah,
the one
well,
that
they better
sent
give me a
me.
one of one for this thing.
There you go, baby.
Maybe the double Ahsoka twins is one of 5,000.
I thought maybe it's like a repaint where she has a different expression, and then I'm like, it's an inch tall, Kevin. There's no expression on it. So it's upside down.
Super.
It's
Jade.
so awesome.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Daniel,
post this later.
good for you for letting that super rare.
Daniel,
slip
Daniel, this is like
away.
a $5,000 variant right here. Thanks, man.
Maybe you can
I'll
trade
make
it
sure
for a
I'll-
Sabine.
I
We'll
can
trade
this
for
like
Sabine.
10 Sabines.
Oh,
Oh
Daniel.
man,
That's
So
that's
good.
actually going to be like, because there's a sticker error, because there's a production error. Like that's a
Double
unicorn,
error.
dude.
yeah.
that's a
2
total
errors
unicorn.
make this
That's awesome.
Micro Galaxy Squadron. Do you know if they make like acrylic cases to kind of preserve these things?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
need
got
it
it.
for
You
this.
just hold on to that, baby. Hold
Someone
on to
messed
that.
up 2 times on that.
Oh,
Also,
and
there's
3
a
times
show-
if you count Daniel giving away for nothing.
That's not Jazzware's fault.
That laugh.
That's Daniel. Oh,
The Leonardo DiCaprio laugh from the meme. Sorry.
we had a toy show here on the weekend. I sold a bunch of stuff, and I was walking around trying to figure out what to buy. And one of the guys sorry if I forgot. Not if I forgot, I did forget your name. But sorry if you're watching. If you're not, I'm slightly less sorry. But one of the guys helping John from Heroes World's booth had this sitting there. It is
Yeah.
the vintage collection 3-pack of Dr. Aphra and 2 killer droids.
Mhm.
And I know recently, I think they reissued it. BBTS had them up, I think, or was that the single one? I'm not sure. But this was 60 Canadian dollars. What a steal for me. So I didn't have to go through BBTS and get dinged with duty. And I'm happy to add, I
Duty.
don't have any Dr. Duty. He said diarrhea. I don't have any Dr. Afras in my collection. So this will be my first one, and I'm excited to get it. And I think eCollectibles has the
Single
it's
credit.
not the what's the one that you have publishing series.
I
I,
have
was
both.
going to call it the
I'm
literary
like, I have
series.
literary series.
The literary
fine.
series, because I can read. I think he has those coming in soon, so
Nice.
I might get
My-
one of those.
Mine's on the way.
Yes,
my-
there you go.
Kyle Flute is on the way.
Your Kyle O'Flute. And then this one isn't really Star Wars related. Paul, can you describe what this lovely box is?
It's a
This is a-
1/6 scale. Sean Connery, Dr. No, James Bond, Trebek.
Big Chief Studios.
I've never heard of that brand before, but I got it from Sideshow. I sound like the sea captain instead. Arr!
Yeah, you're turning.
I
You're
do,
getting
right?
a
Like
little.
I'm traveling.
Tis no man.
It's been a while since
Tis
I've
the
had to do
remorseless
Sean
eating
Connery.
machine.
That's right. So yes, that's something that we picked up for Kevin.
Oh my
And
gosh, you're way too nice. Thank you so much.
well, I knew you were a big Bond fan.
This guy likes Bond.
Yeah, those are the only old movies he's ever watched. Yoko on
Yeah,
his
that's
own,
true, huh?
right? So
Mhm.
you know he's
Oh
a
my-
fan.
You're right.
This box is beautiful. Look at that.
Ooh, nice. We'll have
And
a
they got the
martini
little
later.
dots here. That's from the intro.
Oh.
It's not an eye test, Yoko. Oh, okay. This
Oh, and they
is
even have a
cool.
Dr. No figure.
Yeah.
That.
Thank you so much, Paul. Man, this is very generous of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's not Bond, it's Dr. No instead.
I have the box says Doctor No.
I'm worried now.
Well, either way, it's fantastic. Unfortunately, Ernie is his water broke, so he again. It's his. I don't think his wife. She's not having a baby. He works in some sort of water type job that requires him to fix things. I'm trying to be as vague as possible. So in many ways, his water did break, but in many ways, that's a lie.
Did
But
not. Yeah.
It did not. But thank you
He's
for
fixing.
being
He's
here.
fixing back to tanks. That's what he's doing.
He's cleaning it after Chrysanthemum's been in there. He's
Back to
pulling all the
tanks.
hair out from the drainage area. It's like, oh, he's wearing fetchonis as he's cleaning the whole back to tank. But thank you everyone so much for being here. We had a quick
You know-
episode of.
You never said hi to everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
Oh, okay.
I know, I know I missed it, but I think
I didn't want you to be rude
no, not. I mean, we've
to our
highlighted
guests,
some of the.
to our family.
That's the theme of today's episode.
It is.
family.
It is. Wow. Thank you for picking up on that.
Picking up on that. Whoa, and using the same word. What is happening here on a roll
I know.
tonight? Thank you, Yoko. But thank you to all the amazing people who are here. I'm sorry I'm a little late to the chat, but that doesn't make me any less grateful that you're here. We have Bert Vidar Larson is first in the chat. He was here at 8:09. Says Vader 74 is reporting in. I love it every time. It's his almost like a greeting. Paul knows me as Vader 74. Welcome to the stream. Aaron S and Sean P were in here early as well. They were talking about hockey, I think. These are hockey terms. Nurse has been playing. That makes me think Raptors, but it's the All-Star weekend. I don't think they're playing yet, but there's other hockey
Oilers
words in here.
defenseman. He's an Oilers
Okay, there you
defenseman.
go.
Darnell Nurse.
Of course, there would be more than one. But thank you for, showing up early. And I love that people in the chat, I think you know each other from Paul's stream, but everyone who's here and we get to know each other and interact. It's the beauty of this whole thing. It's almost like a Yoko.
Family.
There we go. I was trying to load. I was going to load like a clip from Fast and the Furious, but I didn't have time. David De La Huerta is here. Thank you for tuning in. Tommy K, what's going on, Tommy? I didn't do great in poker on the weekend, unfortunately, but I didn't do terrible either. More hockey talk. Ryan Dole is here. What's going on, Ryan? Kat Chin, welcome. Good to see you again. Bad Wolf Media. I plan to be here for the show tonight, but my head is telling me it's time to get off screens. Hey, we're here for the replay if you need. It'll be here. So you can watch it then. Customs by Matthew. What's up, Customs by Matthew? Who recently did some custom head sculpts of Carson Teva over here.
Beauty.
This side. So go check out Customs by Matthew on Instagram. I think he has them up already. Wing or Lose. Happy Monday. Stream Elements. Respect. Thank you for being here. Matt Logic 44. Legendary Poser. D Sertle. What happened?
Gets me every time.
Why does it get you every time?
Shout out to Stream Elements. Because I automatically think of the first time Ernie said it, thinking it was a real person. Shout out to Stream Elements.
Gets a laugh every time. Got to keep doing it. Legendary Poser, RMD Collective. What's going on, my friend? I am TJ Williams. Hello, welcome. And Bob Feta in the chats. D Sertle. I've seen Aliens. Come on, Yoko.
You
yes,
saw
this is
Son
where
of-
we forgot about you.
You saw Son of Alien.
Son of Alien. John, take us, I believe, was how he taught us to pronounce it. Anna, how are you, Anna? Good to see you again. Ryan Dole says, "Can Yoko bedazzle my proton pack?" If that bird took 3+ years, I don't know when the proton pack would be finished. But Micro Galaxy Squadron, thank you so much for tuning in. It's cool to see you here. Captain Crispy, sorry, Q, Ant, you, man, night.
You know what? I didn't realize that Ant-Man was in Quantum. I mean, okay, let me rephrase. Obviously, I knew Ant-Man was in Quantumania, but the way he spelled it out here with Ant-Man, in like the closing sequence of the movie, they like flash it. They do some visual magic, and that's when I was like, oh, clever. Ant-Man is in Quantumania. I didn't get it.
Is that how they spell quantum for the title?
No, well, they missed Captain Crispy missed a letter or two.
Because then it'd be Q Ant, like my dad's sister.
What?
Yeah, like an ant.
Oh,
Literally,
literally
action figs.
follows the Q.
Yeah.
Okay.
Q Ant. Quant. Wait, what did I say? God. It's all those hyphens. Mess me up. I can't read, actually.
Let's
Hold
move
on.
on. Let's move on.
I'll QUANT. It's right here. Thomas D, welcome to the stream. Jake Peterson, Sean P. All right. That's enough embarrassing of myself. Oilers Workshop, what's going on, Jordan? 796 stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you. A D Sertle, I said that already. Aaron S. My voice is getting higher. I don't know why. Matt Logic 44. Therapist. I mean, the Sean Connery Celebrity Jeopardy inspired a lot of enabler photo challenges. There was the
Say it.
an album cover.
Anal
And this
bum
month's
cover?
photo- yeah. This month's challenge is S words or swords, whichever way you read it. Sometimes people break down letters and words and
Swinging.
get
Yeah.
confused. Like
Swinging swords.
Anthemania. Pickle D, thank you for tuning in. 1-6 shooter. You guys finally kicked Ernie out. Was he ever really in? Hey, Nerdy Curious, welcome back. Eric Alfred Abel, thank you for being here. Did I just hear a fast reference? Multiple. Late night alum.
I've actually never seen a Fast and Furious movie. How do you feel about that?
Not. I was gonna say because it's my favorite, Tokyo Drift. Not because I'm gonna get canceled. I'm not Ernie. Not even Tokyo Drift, Yoko.
I know. Hang on. Let me go get my Sapporo first.
There's all those Trandoshans there.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. All right. So yes, thank you so much for being here. We're going to talk about this episode. I don't know if it's going to take that long, but I was saying earlier on the Instagram live that if it's just a quick episode, at least it's a reason for us to all to get together, that we can chat and goof around with Paul and Yoko. Had some, if we want to tell some crazy stories or stupid stories from my weekend after the stream or after the episode recap, we have time for that also. I have,
Or we can retell Ernie's coin story.
coin story. I can play. Where's the video that?
Oh, that
Tommy
that Tommy made.
Yeah, I should just play that. Actually, before we start, I do want to share just one more thing. What's that?
John
Was
Carlin
Ernie
just said,
canceled? Oh, it's been
"Was
a while.
Ernie
Yes,
canceled?"
absolutely, he was. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the music. I saw this video. It's completely Bad Batch related. I don't know if I sent it to you 2 or 3. It's not like we have a separate chat without you, Ernie. But I
No, we
basically
don't.
was like, oh, I guess we don't need to recap.
Just
Bad
like a
Batch
college
anymore.
student, we're in crippling debt, and we need to find some jobs to get some credits.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I want to blow stuff up. Now remember, Omega, we're going on a dangerous mission, so you gotta stay close. Okay, Hunter. Following orders is more strategy. We're going to need a plan. You guys try to come up with something, and I will remind you all of how unlikely it is to survive. What do you think, Echo? Where's Omega? You're trapped. And now I'm going to kill you. That's just your chip talking. I know deep down you're really a nice guy. Even though you burnt down that village, murdered the townspeople, and destroyed their crops, I know you're still a nice guy. Simple, brother. Now I'm going to kill you and the girl. Omega, you saved us just in time. Yep, 'cause that's my strategy. Well, I guess you can hold your own in battle. I won't worry about you anymore, except until the next episode. I think we all...
Yep.
I think some of those voices were pretty spot on. And when I first saw it, I'm like, well, what's the point of Boba Squadron? This guy nailed it.
Not
I'm
every
gonna
episode.
share that. No, it's not. It's obviously a very generic template.
Yes.
Some of the stuff rang true, but some of the stuff, the anvil falling on Crosshair like some Wile E. Coyote thing.
They made Omega sound like she was brain damaged, though. Was speaking like a Canadian, eh?
Yeah,
Simpsons
but
reference?
yeah, I got that one.
Got that one? Okay.
And then the butterfly, and she just walks off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's there. Some of that stuff does ring true. It happens. Let's see. I'm going to.
Kev, I need you to clean up your room a little bit. I'm feeling claustrophobic looking at you.
This is
Yeah.
I
know,
just
but
opened
it's like
it.
I
It
know,
doesn't
but you got
belong
boxes. I don't know. There's too many boxes.
No, I know I got boxes. That's why I was trying to sell stuff on the weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'll move.
Sorry, I just suddenly felt overwhelmed with.
Do you want me to go back to the tighter crop for the camera where it's just
Yeah.
like this
Oh yeah, the nose shot
right here
Yes.
from there? There you go. That might be better. The gaslighting defect. All right. Here we go. We have episode 9, The Crossing. I don't even know if I have notes for this because it was a quick one. They're on the Bad Batch are on another mission for Sid. They're going to mine some Ipsium. Yeah, from some planet. I don't know if they even said the name. And I guess Sid bought a mine and tasked them to go extract some Ipsium, and they can sell it, obviously. And they're still dealing with the departure of Echo from the end of the previous episode, where I didn't get any screenshots from, but I'm sure you already knew that. And so now you can see the team starting to adjust. They're like, oh, we need Wrecker to go inside and carry all the stuff. That only leaves Omega on watch. Well, they're like, oh, we had Echo before, so things got to change. So Wrecker has to stay outside, stay with her, and then she ends up going in to go help extract some minerals. It's funny because I watched all the screenshots to get them on my phone. And when I watch it actually on the Disney Plus app on my TV, I'm like, this looks really sharp. I don't know why I seem so surprised. Oh, yes, John, thank you so much for that comment. Great music. Did you notice the beginning of the episode is almost like almost Mando level music? Also had a little bit of like a Western kind of vibe to it. Paul, did you notice a little bit different? Like the last scene too, I think.
No.
Okay, cool.
Music is my blind spot. Honestly, it ask Anna. I was.
Isn't that your?
Yeah. No. I mean, it's out of my purview. So it's there, but I don't pick up on musical scores. It's the subtlety that is something that I don't focus on. I will readily admit that. So thanks for making me feel like shit.
Yoko, what did you think of the music?
I didn't notice it either, to be honest.
But now I want to go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
So I'll be back. Take it away, little Boba. At last, now's my time to shine. I thought the music was spectacular. Yes, John, take us. What?
Oh,
Paul, you should absolutely do that from now on. Anytime it's like thanks for pointing that one out, Kevin. Now I feel awkward. Just throw it over to Lobo.
I have to go now. At last, now's my
My
time to
planet
shine.
needs me. Oh my gosh, Paul and Yoko hate John Williams.
Wow.
I guess that's quite a jump.
Yeah, it's just my
As
resting
opposed
beef
to-
face, Ryan.
Guess we're not true fans.
Can you explain, Yoko? Can you explain to Paul about resting beef face
Oh my gosh.
and the chat? Since if they missed it on Thursday.
So Kevin's Unboxing Thursdays guest the other day, shout out to Bat Force Grumps, thought I had some secret beef with him, apparently. Like he was saying he thought we weren't friends. And I was like, I got no beef with you, Grumps. And Kev said that's just how I look, I think.
You said that.
I said that. And then it turned into
Resting beef face.
I just got resting beef face.
Okay.
I just have to make sure I don't use the other B word.
I mean, I wouldn't be offended.
Really? I still wouldn't, but you wouldn't?
Do you think beef face is any better?
I mean, it's more of a statement of fact because the other one seems, it's.
I'm not saying in general I wouldn't be offended, but coming from you, I wouldn't be offended. Because I don't care what you say about me.
Wow. Now I'm a little offended.
It's getting a bit awkward in here.
I need one of those.
Stand behind my best guy.
Oh, and I just have water tonight.
I was gonna cut to my other camera, then I realized it wasn't on. All right, so back to the episode. It was just a black
Can we just
screen.
start over?
No, we're good. This is good.
there any
This is we're flowing.
All right, so can we get back to this comment that Ryan said? Like, so the music was this the episode scored by John Williams, or is he talking about an overall Star Warsy theme that we don't like? Is that the pithy little comment
that you don't pay
Ryan
attention
is making? Okay,
in
Ryan,
general.
I think they've been cutting your hair a little bit too short. It's a big
Oh
stretch
my God.
right there. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on from that. That's right. I can't comment back on this because I have no access to another chat. So I'm going to address this right to his face. Yes, maybe I don't like John Williams. What's wrong with that? Not saying I don't. I do like John Williams. But if he didn't score this with a particularly, I don't know, memorable piece of music that is stirring to the heart, if it's subtle and it fits, it does its job. Background music is not meant to overpower or overshadow any given scene. It is complementary. It is a whole story making. So if it fits in to the overall vibe and it doesn't stick out for wrong reasons, I think that's okay. It's done its job. It's set the mood. But forgive me if I don't drop to my knees and start, going, oh my God, that was the best music I'd ever heard. Sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry. Not going to happen. Next. Oh, you're going to get so canceled for this. Shut up, little Boba.
I mean, do we even need the episode anymore? Oh my God. All right.
We've all been cross canceled.
Winger Lou says, I didn't realize Hunter's backpack was a work belt with anchors. It does look like a belt, doesn't it? These little tabs here that go into the leather part. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, as they're going into the mine, they're being watched. Somebody's binocular things. This person, I'm kind of upset we didn't get more, but obviously, hopefully everything happens in the next. Yeah,
that's for part.
This is definitely a
two-parter. For a second, I thought it was Hondo.
Mm.
But it's not. Is it?
Honestly, I thought it was a child.
Mm.
It looked
It looks like
looks small-ish.
Mhm.
So I thought it was an adolescent or like one of those
Mm.
like a punk ass kid. So I see Batch.
yeah, Bad Batch on brand. Stop using more of these B words. I'm gonna make a mistake one day. B word.
Next month's photo challenge. B words.
Someone's gonna be like, "What's boards? What's boards?" All right. The movie Aliens has a great musical score, says Ringer Lose. He didn't notice. He did not notice. Yeah, there's not much going on here. They're on the lookout on this episode, and of course, Omega is still, as a child. Actually, no, this is kind of important because sometimes as adults, you don't really recognize the importance that a child has for something, because sometimes they haven't gone through life with all the different complications, so whatever they're dealing with at that moment is like the biggest thing in their world. And I think sometimes as parents, or as parents and adults, and we kind of miss that sometimes. So it's this big thing that's going on with Omega. Her life's a member of the family has left, and she kind of has a chat. Well, we'll get to that part, because theme of this show is we don't spoil the recap of the show that we've all seen.
But she's mopey. I mean, I like that they're dealing with it. They're dealing with Echo's departure. In some way, it's not like, oh well, he's gone, and like let's never speak of him again, right? There's got to be some consequence to it, and I think when you do have a character leave, there's got to be. I mean, if he leaves and nobody says anything and you don't miss him, then why was he there to begin with, right? So he's obviously, they've centered the episode around the fact that they are shorthanded. He's not there, right? So things go sideways a bit on them, and he was an integral part of that team, and he's missed in more ways than one. And Omega, she's kind of the emotional core of the group, and so it hits her the hardest because she sees that as them as a family, right? Not just as she says, we're a squad, but what she means by squad is family. And so she misses him, very, very much so. And she's kind of bothered by the fact that nobody else seems to miss him either. I think that's the big thing. And she takes it out on Tech, who really has, he's a robot.
He's the biggest robot of the team.
He's a robot. But I mean, and it's a great talk for later on that I'm not going to spoil, because we don't spoil shit in this show. But that's the thing. So when we get to it, we'll get to it, and I'll promptly forget the point that I was going to make. But I thought we were going to talk a little. We could talk a little bit more about that whole element, because that is a through line of this episode right now. Is they are shorthanded. They miss Echo. No one's really talking about it, right? So.
They even go as far as just saying, like, whatever happened, because of whatever happens later in this episode, they can't call Echo for help because he's turned off his whatever line of communication with the team directly, which is another, more in your face, like, yeah, he's out of our lives for the moment. I took this screenshot here, I think, to show that the Havoc Marauder that Paul also unboxed earlier today is parked on the other side of these cliffs.
I feel like I would maybe pick that up if I found it.
It's great. This is a great ship.
Yeah.
It's got
Here
Omega's.
Half-ass review, everyone.
Yeah, it's got Omega's. See, this hatch opens up. There's Omega's room, which is also the gun turret, the rear turret. The wings they move.
Oh, it looks awesome when the wings are down.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The only thing is you can't, again, Micro Galaxy Squadron. The one big suggestion I would make is to have like an acrylic stand or something for it, so you can have these ships. You can place these ships on the
levitate,
shelf.
kind of.
What's that?
Yeah.
Kind of look like it's levitating.
In flight mode.
Yeah, in flight mode or something. The other ships that I have from Heroes Collectibles or Eagle Moss, as they once were, have stands like that, which are great. So you've got the little side panel, so you can see. Focus.
Or you have the side open. There you go.
Yeah, so that opens up, which is great.
Yeah, it's cool.
And the cockpit. Focus.
If it came with a gonk droid, that would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, they'll
Like a
release
little
it.
gonky for.
And it comes with
Sorry, I read ahead.
Omega and Rekka.
Yeah. If I wouldn't go out of my way to get it, but if I was out toy hunting and I came across it, it would come up with me for sure. Yes.
Ordering online the same as going out of your way.
No, it's definitely not, I guess. But I
you
meant like
wouldn't
I
order
wouldn't
it.
ask like, Paul or Ernie or you to like find it and ship it to me. Do you know what I mean? Like if I got it easily, I would get it. But I wouldn't ask somebody else to get it for me, I guess is what I meant.
Okay. All right,
Was
I'll
that
order for you.
Was that necessary clarification?
Yes. Kevin Alfredo, thank you so much for the super chat.
Hello there.
Says taking a break from homework to say hi to you, Boba Squad, Troll Paul, censored emoji, kissy face hearts emoji. Ask Yoko, do you own the Ahsoka Clone Wars hilts? P.S. Yoko, you have the loveliest R Boba F. I think we can figure that one out. I think the Boba word is more offensive in that context.
Boba face?
Resting Boba face? Yeah, offensive. Do you have the Ahsoka Clone Wars hilts?
I do. They're right over there. Should I get him real quick?
Yes.
I saw his. I meant to reply.
You can- I thought she was gonna force pull them over. She's like, they're over there. Alfredo, thank you so much for the super chat.
Ta-da. I don't have the blades handy to show them, but I do have them here. And they change color, I think, don't they? Yeah, they do. I almost hit myself in the face. Yeah.
They look
So I can
awesome.
make them green and green or blue, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Did you post about some hilts going up for sale?
Oh yeah,
on
they had
sale?
Plo Koon and is it Luminera? Their sabers went up on Shop Disney today.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go check out Yoko's Instagram stories. She has some links posted there, and for the new
They're-
lightsabers.
They are hefty, girthy hilts.
Chonky.
Chunky.
Let's get 50 likes and she'll light them up. I don't even know what we're at. I haven't looked. Thank you, Ryan. Yes, if you have a second.
Ryan's
Leave a
really
thumbs
great
up
at
on the
pimping
video.
the likes. Very good at
I think
pimping the
my
likes.
blades are too hard to get to right now, or I would.
Well, they're trying to get to 50, Yoko. You have to
No,
do it
okay.
for
Oh,
do it for the
50?
likes.
Did I like it? Probably not.
Usually don't.
There. I like it. now.
Yes, Havoc Marauder, Micro Galaxy Squadron. That might be on the list. So do I open this one or no? Do you actually think like this is rare?
No, no, you keep that.
Yeah.
That's a double. That's a unicorn. There's a mistake on the sticker. You got a double Ahsoka in there. Like that is like you hear about these.
Oh yeah, double
mistakes.
mistake. Huh?
Yeah, mistakes that they make, like the one French version in Canada where they have they misspell the name of the character. There's a very limited run of those. Like that is like 30 years from now, your kids will be sitting pretty. So
Nice.
Maybe.
no, I guarantee.
Where am I? Where am I in 30 years?
Stamp a double lock. That's gonna be worth something. No, look at Daniel. Don't listen. Open it. Open it.
I sent it to the group chat that we're in with Daniel just because of that. All right. So as the prized Marauder ship is parked behind these cliffs here, out of sight, and that I guess car thief, ship thief.
I just want to bring up what's the point of staying out to watch the ship if it's out of sight?
If you can't see it,
If you can't see
Oh,
it,
he's not
what's the
watching
point?
they
Yeah.
mentioned that Sid told them there are poachers, I believe. So maybe they would come up. They'd think The Bad Batch thought everything inside the mine would be the prize that someone would try to steal and not the ship. So maybe
Here's the
because they
thing.
did mention that earlier.
They do like they had to unlock the mine to get in, right? Close the vault, lock it, sit on the ship. How many episodes have we seen Echo and Omega sitting on the ramp of the ship or whatever and stuff? They had to unlock the mine with a big vault door. Just go in there, close it.
It seems really easy to steal ships in Star Wars.
Right?
Yeah, is there?
Yeah.
Except
Even in
unless
Ma-
it's Luthans.
Even in Mad Max, they have like there's a certain like there's a kill switch or something that you have to disable or something before you can take off.
The
Like
club.
security codes. I guess everything can get sliced or overridden, and so we don't know what this nefarious individual has done to get it. But
But they're always stealing. Everyone's always stealing ships.
Yeah, but you would think, it's like, yeah.
The character's name is Pilat Deviche. Like Savage Opress. It's Deviche. It's space European. And there goes the ship. Bye-bye. They stole it. I like that as it flew away. Omega went, stop! Like, what was that gonna do? And she's like, stop! It's already gone.
That made me laugh a little.
Everybody does that.
Children. And the thief would be like, oh, okay. So now they have the minerals, the Ipsium, I guess, and they have it in a tank. They're on foot, and they have to go find the nearest town. They get hit with a stampede. Why is there a stampede? Because a sandstorm is coming. So they have to take cover in the closest tunnel that they find. And during the sandstorm, it kind of throws that Ipsium in the air. It's highly volatile and it blows up the opening, the entrance of this tunnel that they're in. So they have to find more. They have to find a way out. And I just summed up like a third of the episode in, I didn't even need screenshots for that. But while they're in there, what is it exactly that Tech says to Omega that kind of irks her, and she walked off to get some time by herself? Do you remember? It's been a long day today.
He says he's gone. Like basically nothing's changed. So why are you so upset about it? Like basically it's like he's gone.
About
like,
Echo.
it is what it is. This is where we're at. You being upset isn't going to change anything. And then she just sort of she goes.
It's
Right.
the whole being told to get over it, and it's like, oh, if it were that easy, sure. Good idea.
Paul, is this
I'll
a
just get
spoiler?
over it.
Where does Carson Tava leave the keys?
Nope, they're right in my pocket. Oh shit. Excuse me. They left them in the ignition.
Trapper, do you have my backup keys?
Echo usually has the keys.
Left
They
with the
wanted
keys.
Star Wars to. They wanted Star Wars to have a Lion King moment, so why not a stampede?
Yeah.
I was
it's-
looking for Simba.
It's a cool
Flashbacks.
episode. There's like they fall in water, and there's an underwater escape. There's explosions.
Spoilers.
There's the stampede. What?
You gave it away too early. It
But they
happens
don't
after
know
this
why.
moment. No, I
Oh,
get
they're
Oh,
new
he
there?
says, "What is it?"
What is your issue? Yeah, so
Right,
I guess he
so-
doesn't say get over it. He's just like, what's your problem? Like, why are you so upset over this?
Yeah.
Is the big thing.
There are a
Same
couple.
thing, though.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
It's a couple of reactions in this episode where he kind of like tilts his head, or like a droid, or he's like, does not compute. He just doesn't know what's
Trying
going on, or he can't kind of relate to how Omega's feeling. But she ends up going off to another tunnel, finds more of this thing that they're mining.
like a gigantic
and,
deposit of it. Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
in this
Mhm.
cavern.
so I can't be the only one that saw like similarities to coaxium for this, right? Coaxium in the movie Solo, if anybody hasn't seen it. That's the very, very volatile fuel source that can power an entire Starfleet worth of ships. And so Ipsium as well, Ipsium is just as volatile, it seems, just as valuable, it seems. And so like they came out, the mother lode. I mean, they filled up all those little vials full of Ipsium. and whatnot. And so was that somebody else's mine shaft, or is that all part of the same system that belonged to Sid? Is the question that I have.
Yeah.
And if there was that much Ipsium there, why would this mine be abandoned? First of all, because it was really easy. It seemed really easy for Omega to find. She went off in a huff, saw it, and like stumbled across a huge vein of it.
Yeah. Maybe, nobody could get into that little. Actually, no, that's not true, because then tech actually fits through that hole into the cavern.
Wrecker.
Well, she didn't she drill into it to open it? Like she saw like the flash of light and then had to get in there. So maybe nobody else noticed before.
Yeah, all the lights were on.
I would think
But
something
yeah.
that had that kind of an energy sort that is that volatile, you would be able to source to have a sensor that would find that you could track
Yes,
it.
a
right?
sensor.
Yeah, his goggles.
The goggles. The goggles, they do nothing except find Ipsium. But anyway, so I just saw those parallels there. I thought it was really neat. When it blows up and it caves in the entrance to the mine shaft that they're in, they took refuge in. So obviously, like you saw one little vial of coax, not one little vial, like that one shipment of coaxium in Solo leveled the entire mountain, right? Where it just sort of came down and stuff. So there was that.
Why
thought
do I
was
not remember
interesting.
that?
I don't know. I watched this twice, and it was
bit on the
slightly
train.
not that.
They're on the train, and then the range troopers with the magnetic boots shooting at them, and they have that one ship that lifts off that one big car load filled with coaxium, and an Emphas Nest comes in with her gang, and they're fighting over control of it, and it breaks off and falls into the mountain and blows up the whole. And that's why there's no Solo 2.
You're talking about
Mime the whole
Solo,
thing.
and all I can picture is Captain America on the train with Bucky.
It's the same setting. It's essentially the same setting. Yeah, it is. Just no Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Yoko. That's why you don't remember it. You're like, wait, are you sure there wasn't Bucky there? The guy with the metallic arm? But Paul, when you mentioned the goggles, they do nothing.
What is this in the comments? Spoiled Solo.
Yeah, go ahead. Just go.
Yeah. How many?
I didn't want to
movies
deter you
can
from
we
your
spoil?
story. But when you
This
did
is
the
a Star
radioactive
Wars
man line,
podcast.
it is.
It's all linked.
But yeah, this applies to Yoko and Paul. So
Super
7 announced that radioactive man figure, the Ultimates one.
Mhm.
So good, right? But somebody wrote, "Oh, he should have came with goggles because the goggles do nothing." And then I got unnecessarily nerdy. I'm like, that's not even the movie version of Radioactive Man, so he wouldn't come with goggles. And then I'm like, that's the comic book version. And then in my
was it the comic book version that was released?
Actually, yes. Yeah.
So it's
I'm
not the
actually-
Rainier
yeah, so-
Wolfcastle version of
It's not.
No.
Pass.
So then I saw the correlations of people who complain like, oh, I want more MCU-based Marvel Legends, or I want more comic-based Marvel Legends. It's like, I want Simpsons movie versus McBain versus comic, or not McBain, Radioactive Man versus the comic book one. But that thing looks awesome. All right, back to this thing.
Wait, this is a totally unrelated story, but it reminded me there. But it was a figure that Super 7 released last week. It's the one of the I was about to say surfers, skateboarders, Steve Caballero. And like it's like a special version of him, and he's got his hair's like in all these braids. And someone on the post commented like, "When did he ever have hair like this, Super 7? Come on!" And he himself replied to that guy saying, "I did it. Like this was my hair." And he like told the whole backstory about why his hair was like that in that photo.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool thing that happened. I thought that was funny. Anyway,
Did that guy? I bet you that guy canceled his Instagram account afterwards.
Fact checked by the actual guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Ryan Dole says, "I want Bartman." There is a Bartman.
Yeah.
Isn't that wave 2, wave 3? I don't remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
Go check it out. I love The Simpsons. Paul, we should do a Simpsons stream.
Oh.
My God.
Oh, you don't want me on there?
You have to actually watch it though, Yoko.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yes, if you watch it and then self-invite, I will
Self-invite.
auto accept. Self-invite. What is this? It's so dark. Oh, he's looking in, and of course, she ends up being able to extract a few more vials, and she's like, "Oh, we can use this to blow our way out of the tunnel." So they're mining more of the materials, and in typical Omega fashion, she gets herself in some sort of trouble, like the video, the video we watched earlier in the stream. She falls down into a cavern, into some sort of under cave lake. I don't know what you would call this, but it's here at this moment. She actually has some time to spend one-on-one with Tech, and it's kind of what I kind of alluded to earlier. She's like, "Oh, how could you not be upset that Echo is gone?" And it means everything to her. And she's also upset because now the ship is gone. The ship is their home, so it just compounds to all the emotions that she's feeling and being overwhelmed with. And Tech, being the robot, he's just like, I feel the same way as you. I just don't kind of show it on the surface. I deal with it in a different way. And he's like, we just adapt and we move on like good soldiers. So yeah, it's just like I said earlier. Oh, that's right, win or lose. Thank you. She says we're family. No, that was more British. Can anyone do a better Omega that says family? Or maybe that was it. But yeah, he did that one. Oh god.
Family.
Yes, Lil Boba.
Family. What? Why are you laughing? I'm trying. Family. Fuck you. It's Lil Boba, not me. I can't control that potty mouth.
Hey, what's up, Mike? Where's Ernie? His water broke.
Stop saying that.
John. Yeah, John. Tech just jumped. I was waiting for a sound, or maybe Omega to be like, "I'm okay," but it wasn't. So obviously she kept falling, and he just went for it.
Well, she's lucky awesome. That they're both lucky that there was water at the bottom of that.
Exactly.
When she fell, I thought, oh, I wonder how she's gonna get out of it. Like, I thought they might show a shot of her like grabbing onto a rock or something, but she's lucky there was water, and him too, because he went head first.
Mr. Burns is trying to land on Leonard's carcass.
That's right.
Yeah. Wait, but this conversation, if we can bring it back for a second.
Yes, the conversation.
Yeah. It's all a rich tapestry. Blah blah blah. They make up. It's fine. Moving on.
Oh my god.
No, just kidding.
Because it's just showing how people process, right, in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, I have so many thoughts about this little scene here in this conversation. Like, I love that he said that's what soldiers do. So he's kind of like, that's his way of like including Omega in that too, right? Like, he's saying that she is one of them too. She's a soldier too, like them, part of, and some people are better at compartmentalizing than others. Obviously, that's what Tech's able to do, and that's why he's not letting his emotions get the best of him. Because honestly, I find Omega very relatable in this scene when, someone you care about just abandons you. It kind of sucks. That can take over your whole energy. Your whole mood when you're not expecting someone to just disappear on you. So I really feel for her, and I think it adds to the whole she's not force sensitive, she's just sensitive theory also.
This part, I don't think there's any force force related activities here, but it is a really great scene. And I think the differences between like children and adults, but I think when
I don't think it's a children thing, like her emotions here, like that's fair. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it sucks when someone you care about disappears on you. Like, I don't think that's not
just a weirdo
kid thing. No, text the robot we wish we were. Like,
But he makes the point there. I remember in the scene he says they chose different paths and we must respect it. And it's just, I guess, something that he kind of gets behind more. So he doesn't really let it affect him. Which again, it's like that's the robot mode for Tech.
But what I like about this too is he sees how it really does affect her, and he becomes you know, a smidge more empathetic in terms of being more considerate about how she's feeling and how she's dealing with it, right? Like he's making a bit more of an effort to kind of to acknowledge that it is really deeply affecting her. And he explained too, he's like, I don't react to things the same way you do. It doesn't mean I care any less, right? And I think that's a great point that he makes too. It's the whole like, yes, I miss Echo too. I don't show it the same way you would in that way. And I think that's a really, really wonderful conversation that they have. Yeah, that's exactly it. So this is a really wonderful thing. I think there's a part of me in the back of my head that could just hear Homer saying, "Hey, look, just because I don't care doesn't mean I don't understand." And you know, so that there is that that little part of me that laughs about that. But it's a great scene. It is good, and it is something that Omega, I think she needed to hear somebody acknowledge as well that yes, and Tech in his own way does that. So I did not notice the music either in this scene. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Just
that wasn't.
focused
I
on the
think that
dialogue.
did help her kind of not move on, but be more accepting of it. Because what does Tech say to her? You know, we just adapt, like we always do.
I don't know that
And
she's
then-
any more accepting of Echo missing, but
Mhm.
she's understanding that they're missing him too.
Right.
It's an interesting point though, because I mean, you mentioned it too, Yoko. You said that you thought that Omega thought that Echo was abandoning them and stuff, and I don't think. I mean, I think Echo would argue that he's not abandoning the Bad Batch, like that group. What he's doing
Right.
is he's
But that's how she feels. That's, yeah.
true,
Yeah,
true
yeah,
enough,
yeah.
true
That's
enough.
just
But
what
like,
I'm saying.
there are those issues that she might be feeling too, where she does feel
Mhm.
abandoned, perhaps. And it's the whole idea of he's going where he honestly, his moral compass is saying, we have many other brothers and clones that need our help to a bigger cause. We're just, as a Bad Batch, we're just trying to survive and eke it out our existence and stay under the radar. Whereas there's a bigger issue that's happening and he feels compelled to go there. And Omega doesn't quite understand that. Now,
She doesn't,
how
yeah.
he told her was kind of shitty. Because like last week, he told everybody else knew he was leaving except for Omega. And it's like, okay, that kind of wasn't cool.
For her,
right?
it came out of nowhere, and she's
Yeah.
expected to accept it and move on. And you know,
that's the thing. So I understand her being pissed off too, because it's like everybody else knew he was leaving, and they're all like, "Hey," and nobody said to her, nobody gave her a heads up. None of this stuff. They just said, "See ya, Echo. Good luck. Goodbye," and they all leave. And she's like, What's going on?" Right. So that was, I thought, a bit unfair. But it's one of those things where I think, and this is why I like them dealing with this in this episode, it's the fallout from that, right? You can't just have him up and leave and have everybody forget or just sort of dismiss him. And I really like that they brought this up. I like that it bothered her. I like that they had this talk about it. And for me, that's really cool character development.
I like these episodes for us because I'll start and I'm going through the episode and getting screenshots, and I sometimes find it difficult to rewatch it again. And I'm like, oh, I got to get the screenshots for tonight. But as our conversation goes on and we kind of dive in and focus on more on some of the things that you two saw and I didn't, and I'm like, okay, there's a little more. And like the chat says, I think John said it earlier, if you called this episode a filler, like not really, there's a lot of character development in this episode too. So that's why I always love coming on here to chat with all of you. Can we move to the next? Anything?
I mean,
to
people
add
always
to,
see
this
things.
scene?
People just always see things differently, right? Like this one really hit me though. So in a different way, I think.
Hey, Mike, did I say hi to Mike earlier? If you're a toy collector and you open your toys and you display them, go check out High School Creations. He's about to launch a really cool Kickstarter for some displays. Whether you take toy photos or you just display them in a DTOF, It's going to be a really cool project. And Mike, Mike's a good friend. He's an enabler. I'm going to be backing a couple of units, several units, and please go check it out. Wall XD. It's called Adaptable. I messed it up again. Adaptable, customizable, and expandable. I think those are the three.
There you go.
Yes,
That was
Mike.
I was
never-
ready to jump in if you couldn't.
Don't hire me as your sales guy. Your sales pitch guy. All right. So ultimately, he gets back. Tech gets back onto the comms, and he tells Hunter and Wrecker to grab the rest of the Ipsium, come down, just dump down the water. You'll be fine. And they blow their way out of the cave, find an abandoned town. They finally find the town, and it ends up being abandoned. And but they're able to use a long range communications tower to get in contact with Sid. And what's Sid's problem? She's like, you're on your own. This is your fault for getting your ship stolen. And they're like, whoa, we helped you with this. We helped you with this. We helped you with this. She goes, okay, enough. I'll see you in a few days. And she hangs up on them. What the hell? What the hell?
What a bitch.
So there is a running theory that's going on the internets right now regarding this.
Ooh.
And the
Transoceans?
theory is that Sid has sold them out. Right? There's speculation that Sid has sold out the Bad Batch because she knows they're undermanned. She's the one that's planned somebody to steal the Havoc Marauder, leaving them abandoned on this planet so that she can turn them over to the Empire. Right? So there's that theory. I don't subscribe to that theory myself, but I just want to point out it is being theorized out there. We've had repeated episodes where Sid, and this is what they're saying, repeated episodes where we've been warned that Sid is not trustworthy, right? And we've seen side mission after side mission fail that Sid has sent them on. They've failed on many occasions. And so that's the whole thing that they're thinking that, and especially them helping Gunji out and betraying the Trandoshans. We know the Trandoshans work with the Empire. Is there any link there? We don't know. The whole idea that the Havoc Marauder was easily sort of stolen because that what's that character's name when they went to Zepho? I'm gonna call it Zepho, the pirate lady.
Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes is no, yeah. Well,
I
can't remember her name. Yes, that she's working for Sid as well, and she was able to find out what the access codes or whatever for the Havoc Marauder were because she was on board the ship for a while. Like this, I think it's a stretch, but I just want to point out that theory is out there. Now, this person also thought that Omega is the most important person in the Bad Batch because they believe she is Force sensitive. So it's one of those things, right? Where they're thinking. I think it's a stretch, but I want to point it out just for food for fodder, like food for thought. Let's debate it in
Food
chat.
for fodder.
I know. Hey, here we go.
Love it.
And all
Seas of
stuff.
Oceans.
It made sense.
Seas of Oceans. Is that like
Seas of Oceans.
Is that a good like Ernie level type theory, or more plausible or less plausible than an Ernie theory?
I think there's some plausibility to it. I think it's thin, though. Honestly, I think it's thin. And Fee, yes, that's the name of the
Fee. It was D or V or something like that. Catching thing. Yeah, but I mean, what if she was actively trying to sabotage them every time, and they're just so good, and they keep foiling their plans, Sid's plans.
There's so many easier ways to turn them over to the Empire than hiring somebody to steal it. Like it's like a Rube Goldberg device. You're going through so many hoops to do something really simple. If she really wanted to set them up, she just send them out to a sector where there's an Imperial fleet waiting for them, and they scoop them up. It's very simple. Or when they come back to Ord Mantell, send a garrison over there and wait for them to show up and grab them. So I don't know. It just seems really overly complex. So
she's like, break into this Imperial prison.
Yeah.
And there's a big X on the ground and start digging for treasure. And then the gates are going to come down and catch them.
No, the theory is they'll dig deep enough and then they won't be able to get out because they've dug so deep. It's brilliant, I tell you. And
And then
Ernie will
Omega's
say,
able to fit
I
through the
want it
bars.
for the Bad Batch coins. And I can only tap my card 4 times. 1, 2, 3. And on the 4th, I drop my card down the hole.
When he told that story, I didn't even hear that part. But when I heard
Oh my
you,
God.
when I heard you retell it in his voice, and you caught that detail,
In
I
his
absolutely
voice.
lost it.
In his
I
voice.
absolutely lost it. And I wanted 4 coins. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, that's the episode. It ends kind of abruptly.
It
and
ended
I'm
super
hoping-
abruptly. I felt like that was my one issue.
And it's
my
not
one
the
beef,
first time
if you
this
will.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the first time this series where an episode ended, and if you
It
were
felt like half an
staring
episode.
the whole time.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
felt like
it's
half an episode.
definitely something else needed to be in there. Maybe could have been another two week or 2-parter in the week. But that's episode 9. There's 7 more to go, apparently. Is it
Mhm.
16?
Yeah, 16 episodes.
We do this every
Yeah.
week. You sent a list. I know, Yoko. But next week is, the first. No, not next week.
This week?
This week.
9 days?
Next week. So
Wait.
not this week,
9
but
ish
next
days.
week.
March
Is-
1st
Yes.
is Mando. 9 days. Paul, you'll be away. Will you be able to join us next Monday or unknown?
I will be in Los Angeles, so we'll see what happens. I have some friends there that I'm hoping to see while I'm out there, so I may be unavailable for that particular episode, but I'm sure I'm sure you guys won't miss me at all. Actually, it'll go really fast. It'll be less disruptive, and that's so I'm laughing at that comment too. That's the best. No, dig up, stupid. Simpsons
There's a
reference.
crazy fan theory. That's like 4 Simpsons reference tonight.
Yeah.
There's a crazy fan theory that the little thief kid is Kanan. But why?
Well, it's the right age if it is the kid, right? Because it's post Order 66. He's
Yeah.
run from the Bad Batch. He knows them. He knows
wearing a wig?
Clone Force 99. He's got his little Hondo disguise on,
Disguise. Yeah.
right?
So, yeah, you were opening the Marauder toy today earlier, Paul, and I kind of got this memory. I'm like, oh, you remember people, they wanted to get a HasLab Razor Crest, and then the week after it blew up? I'm like, no, now that you bought it, the ship's been stolen. What if you never see it again?
Right.
What if you never see it
Do you
again?
think
It's
Do you
okay.
think they'll get their ship back?
Yeah.
I hope so. It's Omega's
Yeah.
home. And Paul just
Yeah.
bought 5 of them.
And poor my first thought was poor Gronky. We haven't even seen him this season, I feel like. You think he's still in there?
He was in
They,
like a
they showed
scene
him. Yeah.
Did they?
showed him in
Okay.
a-
last week or
so he's
the
in there.
week
He's been
before.
kidnapped. He's been bot napped.
Oh, there you go. Well, who do you think is going to save the Havoc Marauder and bring it
Um,
back?
Gonky?
Yeah. The hero.
Okay, now I'm happy.
Yes.
Yeah,
It-
yeah. We kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just it was a very abrupt ending, but I knew it was going to be like they're not going to solve it all. This episode, we're not going to find out any answers till the next episode.
Mhm.
But getting back to the whole, Sid not being very helpful. Lula is still
Lula.
on the Marauder. Who's Lula again?
Who's she gonna? The doll.
Oh, right.
Who is she gonna send? Right? Because
Yeah.
in a situation like this, the Bad Batch. I'm surprised they didn't call Rex.
Well, Echo
like-
is with Rex. That's
And
the
Echo's
whole
not
thing,
picking
right?
up.
No, well, they've gone off comms. Yeah, they've gone off comms because they're all probably on some covert mission doing secret spy shit to help the
Mhm.
clones, right? So like they immediately cut off that sort of like, okay, because in terms of storytelling, it's too easy to call Rex and Echo to come pick them up. It's too easy. So it's like they're trying to limit their options there, and they go to Sid, and Sid's very like, meh, very cold. Very cold. And that was another reason why people thought she was in on it. She heard that she was surprised that they were able to communicate with her. And she's like, yeah, in a couple of days, and whatnot. So
She
I don't
sent the
know.
stampede. She's Scar.
She sent the stampede.
Yeah.
Right.
No way.
That was a Lion
Um,
King reference.
And the whole idea that the town, the spaceport, as they call it, is abandoned and has been abandoned for a while. It's sort of like this huge setup. And it's like, I think sometimes people try to stretch a little bit too much for their theories. Just a little too much. Like Ernie tried to stretch for his coin. And I can hear Ahsoka fall down the back.
Oh gosh, you guys, we made fun of him too much. I'm never going to get that Ahsoka coin from him.
Oh man. You know what the funny part is? Paul, it's happened twice now. It's happened twice now. We were hanging out and like we'll just randomly take shots at Boba Fett. And I'll point out, I'll say, why do we keep doing this? Ernie's not even here. Like it's just purely for ourselves. And like he's not here. It's not the same effect, but we'll be like, yeah, but Boba Fett's like something along the lines of, well, Boba Fett's a terrible bounty hunter. And then we'll crack up and then I'll be like, he's not here. Like we keep doing this. It's the best.
Yeah.
We did bond over that though, Paul. So that I guess that's why it keeps happening. Yeah, that's the new episode is on Wednesday, so we'll find out how they get off the planet. And again, that's episode 10. 7 episodes left. Mando starts in 9 days. And what are we gonna do? What are we
Midnight
gonna do?
30 is what we're gonna do.
Yes, Yoko, tell everyone about Midnight 30.
Midnight 30. When Mando comes back, March 1st. So technically it'll be February 28th, right? February 28th, Tuesday night, midnight Pacific time. If you're gonna stay up and watch it live, watch the episode, then join my Twitch channel, Love and Levita Yoko, at approximately midnight 30. I don't know how long do you think these episodes are? Probably closer to 1. But then we'll have our immediate reaction chat, not a full breakdown like we do here. It's more the to get the OMGs and WTFs out of our system immediately,
and the RBFs
and the RBFs if necessary. yeah
And Boba Squadron will keep doing recaps also, 2 episodes at a time, I guess. I don't know how
No,
I feel
I think
about
we could probably do. I mean, if we get efficient, we could probably do the Bad Batch recap in like 15 minutes, and then
what is this word efficient you keep using? Quantum mania. If it's an episode like this one, I had like 7 screenshots for it. You're right, Paul. We should be able to do that and then go through. And it makes more sense because you want to do a more in-depth recap of the live action because you can really see what type of fabrics they're using. You can't see it in
on
animation,
their hats, especially
in their hats.
Yeah.
Imperial
They gave her a hat. Look,
he's gonna.
I don't care. I'll talk about fabric. I think it's valid. Don't fabric shame me. Don't do that.
We're supporting. We're supporting your fabric sheet. Oh my god!
Now you're fabric shaming me. You can't even say it with a straight face.
We're supporting your fabric kink. Is what I was trying to say.
That's a laughing beef face. Oh my god.
The thread count.
Yeah, man, that shit's important. Thread count matters. He knows. Unless you're having me on too, in which case, why do you have to cut me like that?
Oh man. Yeah, I mean that's that episode. I definitely miss Ernie's take for that episode this evening, but I haven't heard from him. I don't think he'll be joining us. Again, I don't think he's having a baby. It's just the nature of his work to fix.
You don't think he's
waters.
having a baby?
Well, I don't know everything.
You say I'm pretty sure
going on.
He's not having a baby, or he's not having a baby.
I haven't heard from him in a week,
babies.
so no babies.
Right. No babies.
But I had a.
What did you do? What did you do that makes him laugh that hard?
Oh, there's a story.
We went to.
Oh my god.
We went to eat. And
when he said we, he means Kevin, Anna, myself.
Yes.
We went up to Markham. We had
As we like I went to eat yesterday too. Cool.
We went to eat together. So we were going to go to Heroes World afterwards, and the Umomo Japanese store.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
while we were there eating, a couple of things happened.
Yes.
You wanna tell the story?
Yeah, I had a bandage on my pinky finger.
Two bandages.
And I was
On
two
the
bandages
same
'cause-
pinky?
yeah,
big.
because it was swelling up. It was so bulbous that one bandage could not. And I was telling Paul, I'm like, it's throbbing, it hurts, it's really like sensitive to the touch. And he's
Tell
like,
them how
did
it
you
got
do
that way, Kevin.
originally? Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, well, it had been like that for a few days.
because
and it
you
had gotten
were
pretty bad. I was picking at my finger, and I guess something happened. So I was telling
got
him, and
infected.
this is the reaction,
he was
yeah,
picking at
it
a
swelled up.
hangnail probably, and it got
Oh.
infected.
Which is okay. So that's part of the story. And then we're wrapping up the meal, and I get a call that my
did
daughter
die.
had an allergic reaction, so we had to go to the hospital. Took her to the hospital. The whole family was there, and then once she was set, like they gave her the epinephrine, and she was all good. And they were just keeping her for monitoring. I was like, my finger really hurts. I think my Advil's wearing off. And my wife said, why don't you just go talk to them? You're in an emergency room. So I go to the nurse, who's been super nice with my daughter. And I'm like, yeah, normally I wouldn't say anything. Like I wasn't gonna come to the ER or the doctor, but since I'm here, would you take a look at this? And I hold my finger out, and it was just like a huge bump on my finger. And she's like, okay, so you should probably get triaged in. And I'm like, but you have to wait so long. It's like 3 hours. And then I said, if I leave it, will it get to a point where I have to amputate? And she kind of pauses and looked at me, and she's like, you should get it looked at. And then so
It
she
looked
gets
like
my
a
car.
lollipop. The picture of
Really?
it,
No,
it
it
looked
wasn't
like a finger
Oh, the picture.
lollipop. One of those stupid, and not like a tiny lollipop.
Show it. Show the
Like
picture.
one of those stupid,
I don't know.
friggin'
I don't know what.
like Tootsie Roll pops,
I
like the
wanna
big
see.
bulbous ones on the end.
I'll
like
send
a
it to
cherry
you, Yoko.
tomato
Okay.
planted on a toothpick.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
it wasn't
scared. I
great.
want to see.
So
Friggin' horrifying.
then the doctor comes back, and then he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to make an incision and relieve that pressure. So I go, the nurse triages me, gets me over to minor treatment, and that same it's the same doctor. He comes to another room, and he comes with I mean, I don't know if you want to hear this. If you don't want to hear
Oh,
this
no.
part,
No, you got to tell
thank
them
you for
because,
tuning in. And no, I'll tell them.
because
But
this is what
if-
happened. Kevin messages me. This is at like past 10:30 at night. I'm in bed watching a movie. Anna's
I
asleep.
messaged you to thank you.
And he says, do you have a second to chat? I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? So I go downstairs and he calls me on a video call and he tells me this story. This is like 10:30 at night. Keep going. Now, those of you, be warned, I couldn't go to sleep after this. After he told me
Also, let it be known that 10:30 at night is not close to my bedtime. So I thought it would be okay. However, Paul was like, let me get my pants on. And
Oh, I didn't put
So I-
pants
I-
on.
I call him, and so I told him what happened. The doctor came from the other room, came into my room. He takes a look at it, and he, again, if you're squeamish, this is not for you. So you've been warned. He gets a little scalpel and places it below the nail bed and above the nail, like horizontally, and just pushes in. And let's just say the pressure is released. And he's like, okay, the nurse is going to come and clean you up and bandage you up. And she comes in, and I said to Paul, she was making sure everything was out, like the very last part of like the very end of a tube of toothpaste, like this. Is really, yes, Paul.
So now here's the thing. He left out so many of the little details that make it horrifying. Like, so he took the knife, which was in a paper packet because it was all sterilized. He took it out, and as you wrote, you said they took a knife and slid it under my fingernail between the skin. That was in a text that you said.
Oh, did I say
like,
finger?
Oh my
under
god!
the finger?
So he's telling me this story, and I can just imagine them doing that. I said, so wait a minute, stop. So they didn't put any sort of like numbing agent or painkiller or anything around there. They just took the super sharp scalpel and slid it under your fingernail. It's like,
Mhm.
well, you see, that was a hospital that my wife had given birth to our children. And I thought if my wife could go through the immense pain of childbirth without,
That's right.
I
just did
could
that.
go without any sort of painkiller for my hand. I was like, ugh. So they took the knife.
They didn't
and
offer
put
it. I didn't have a choice.
They put it in the nail bed, and then he just pushed it in, and it kind of popped. And I was like, ah. And he says, why are you looking away? It's not. It's like, I'm not doing it right now, but like the image was just so. And then he said, and then the nurse came in, and she's just going all ham on it, just expressing,
She's massaging it.
expressing. And I said, so was it like blood or he's like, oh, it's everything. Like it's all built up. So it's blood and pus. I was like, oh. And then
It's gross.
he says, she's this little Filipino nurse, and she looks up at me, and she says, are you okay? Does this hurt? And I'm like, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. So he sent me
It's
this
so
picture
gross.
of his finger, and it's got one of those huge finger condoms on it. You know, the one that runs all the way down.
Yes.
To the
That's what I
knuckle.
call it too.
It's a finger condom. And it was
Yes.
just like, I thought, oh my God, like what did you do? And that's why he told me the story of how they did it. But he says it felt so much better afterwards, which is the important thing.
I feel great right now. I feel great.
Do you guys do you guys get squeamish when you get like shots and your
No.
blood drawn too?
No, that's fine.
No.
It's the whole took a scalpel, pushed it into the puffy finger, like, and I thought he'd done it under the nail, like slid it under your fingernail, like you know, they take bamboo shoots and like to torture people and stuff. That's what I thought, because that's how you described it. So
I have a finger condom at least once a year, apparently. Legendary poser. Followers of the channel will know last year I jammed my finger playing baseball. And lost a
you
nail.
know, my takeaway here is you guys are big babies. Kevin especially. Large baby. I'm unimpressed with that story. Bring me back Ernie and his coin story.
I was out Friday, I think, at the casino with DK, and I was trying to freeze it on the window because it was just so cold that night. But yes, sorry, Paul, for ruining your sleep that night.
I've seen Dr.
And
Pimple
also-
Popper. That sounds like nothing.
Yeah, I don't watch that. That's gross.
oh, I've seen. I like Dr. Pimple Popper, and I will scream all the way through it, but I was still watching it. And that's the thing.
Anyway.
I'm just going off of Kevin's description of it. I have very active imagination, Yoko. So I'm imagining like him, you know, with a like switchblade, shoving it underneath his fingernail, and like lifting it up, and all this stuff gushing out, because it was his finger was pretty swollen. And so yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's why I'm like, oh, if this is the hospital and my wife can go through. She's my hero. She's, you know, delivered 2 babies. I'm just like, I'm the big baby right here. My finger. Like, oh, it hurts. But yeah.
We're in agreement.
A stupid weekend. Stupid weekend for sure. But glad you were a part of that, Paul.
Anna heard me screaming, woke up, stuck her head down the stairs, and said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Kevin's finger, Kevin's finger."
Oh my god!
It was.
Anna
bad.
seemed to have fun with it.
Yeah.
No, there was no freezing involved. The first day of infection, I should have soaked it in hot salt water. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm really bad with all this stuff. Like I wasn't going to go to the hospital. I wasn't going to go see a doctor. At one point, it had crossed my mind. I'm like, if I were to make an incision, where would I do this? So
Right.
clearly,
drain it
I
out.
shouldn't be allowed to do this stuff on my own, because however the doctor did it, I'm like, oh, I never would have thought of that. And my wife just thinks it's comical that we're at the hospital. I'm like, hey, since I'm here, why don't I just get checked out for this thing that I didn't want to get looked at? And let's see what else they can find wrong with me. No stitches. It's a very small incision. Anyway, completely un-Star Wars related, and we grossed out everybody in the chat, mainly
We
Paul.
spent more time on that than the actual breakdown of the
than
episode.
the episode. Oh no!
All right, predictions.
Any
Predictions for next week, Yoko. Do you think? Do you subscribe to the theory that Sid has betrayed them?
I think she could betray them. I don't know that she's betraying them yet.
Okay.
I don't in this manner. Maybe it's a
Sure.
red herring.
All right. And how about this theory that young thief or the thief is a young Kanan? Kanan
I mean,
Jarrus.
I feel like if it was going to be Kanan, they would have shown us that it was Kanan.
They're not setting up the big reveal for the second episode. The
Yeah.
what moment?
Yeah.
How about you,
Plus,
Kev?
I think
Oh.
he'd be a little bit older now, right? Because a little bit of time has passed.
Yeah.
Well, Omega has aged a little,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't
and
think it's
Kanan was
Kanan.
in
As much as
episode
I would
1,
love
right?
to see more young Kanan show up.
Right.
I don't think.
Mhm.
I don't think
It's
that's him.
it's interesting too because like
Yeah.
again, I got the impression it was a younger thief.
Yeah.
But there was no sense of scale really to it, so I couldn't tell if it was an adolescent or if it were like a teen or an adult
Yeah.
size or maybe just a small humanoid or whatever. So I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I like
Kevin,
that
what about you?
Sid theory. I like that theory.
Yeah.
Maybe she hasn't been actively trying to set them up, but in this situation, if it took that turn, I would be all for it, and I want to see all the kind of trouble that gets handed
Although
to the Bad Batch.
I'm rethinking it. I'm rethinking it because of this one lone, not Kanan character being there to steal the ship when the rest of the town's abandoned.
How else would he or she
Where did he or
or
she
they
come
get
from?
access to the ship,
Yeah.
right? So easily.
Yeah. Like so someone dropped them off.
Mhm.
It's an
to go
inside
steal
job.
it. Yeah. So I'm immediately rethinking what I just said.
Paul, what about you? You brought up that theory.
No,
You
I
kind
mean,
of-
I think it's, I don't know. I kind of think it's an interesting conundrum. There, you make a good point about like who is this individual when the town is abandoned
Yeah.
and this person is there. It's like it just seems like too much of a coincidence that this person would just suddenly appear, know exactly where the Havoc Marauder is, and be able to take off with it. A target of opportunity. Yeah, record lefty keys, maybe. You never know. He hasn't been right ever since he got kicked in the head during that stampede several times. So there's that. I don't know. I think Sid is it's too easy to have her sort of have Sid set them up in that, like, I don't know, that theory just seems a bit thin to me. I think while the possibility of her betraying them is always going to be there, I don't know if I subscribe to that yet. And I think if she was going to betray them, there's so many easier ways than hiring somebody, like ferrying somebody to a planet to lie in wait to steal their ship so that they're stranded on a planet. That just seems like a lot of work. Whereas you could just stick a transponder on their ship, disable the hyperdrive, and just give them up, like straight up. Work for Lando, right? Just call the Empire, have them waiting. So when they show up, you nab them. It just seems way too convoluted, that kind of a plan. So I don't know. I think it'll be
someone
interesting.
else. Yeah.
I'm leaning more towards the Kanan, and that's the first I'd heard of it. Like
What?
I'm leaning Kanan.
You do think that could be Kanan?
I'm leaning more towards that theory as being more plausible than the
Really?
other one. Yeah, well, just because he's on the run, he's got to be by himself. There's a reason why he's got a passing familiarity with those types of ships because he was a Padawan. He worked with the clones. So I'd lean towards that because if he's in hiding, you know, he's in a desolate place. He has access. He's got a speeder, or they've got a speeder bike, right? It might be just a target of opportunity. They would recognize Clone Force 99 because that's the last clones that he saw was Hunter saying, "I don't want to hurt you," type thing, right? So I don't know. I think I would lean more toward, or maybe for me, I want to lean more in that direction than the Sid, because the Sid one doesn't quite add up to me, but the Kanan hiding out, it seems a bit more plausible.
What if she didn't set out, like this wasn't the plot for her to set up the Bad Batch, but she sees now
Target of opportunity.
it's an opportunity.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like,
There's
oh,
that
you know
too.
what? They're stranded. This is my chance. And sell them out for some money or whatever bounty is out on them. Right. So
Either way, you know, it's like if you're gonna betray somebody, you better make sure it works or
Mhm.
if it's because if you fail, right, you know who's coming
They're
after
gonna
you,
back. Yeah.
right? And they'll dismantle her operation piece by piece. They're already kind of doing that without even trying by failing all these side missions. So
I just noticed this. Good job, Kevin. From an hour ago, Chris Perillo gave you a shout out to 58 viewers. Thank you so much. If any of you stayed or tuned in, thank you so much for
A shout out.
tuning in. We're just I've never seen that on the Twitch
On
activity
Twitch?
feed before. Yeah,
I don't
it
see
says
it.
someone
Huh.
gave me a shout out. Anyway, I don't know how that works. Anyway, where's Hondo in this timeline? He'd be young.
I don't know how Hondo
No,
ages.
Isn't
I
he
feel like-
old? Because Hondo is Clone Wars era, and he's like a adult.
Hondo seems the same in Clone Wars and in
yeah,
Rebels.
weak ways.
Isn't he? He doesn't seem weak ways. Paul.
I have to go to the bathroom. It's been almost 2
Yes.
hours, and I finished my bubble tea, so I gotta go pee. I'll be back. And for those of you who are on my channel, take a drink, finish it, get yourself another one. I'll be back.
Okay, Paul, please don't bring your mic. Oh, geez, not this guy. Not this guy. Doesn't Hondo seem a little bit older?
Wait,
in-
we've seen Hondo in Clone Wars, right? Ahsoka dealt
in
with
the
him, didn't we? Am
post-
I getting everything confused?
I
swear
have
he
so
didn't.
much trouble keeping the chronological
I need
order
a-
of everything.
I
'cause
need a chart.
not only do different shows jump different time periods, but some shows within itself jump time periods. So it's like,
We've
damn.
seen he's on Clone Wars a lot. We've seen him.
Yeah, but he's not. He's an adult there, so this is after, so he wouldn't be a child or young. Like,
Yeah. No. So we're agreeing.
yes, we'd be agreeing.
We be agreeing. It's just weird. Okay.
Jarhead, how's it going? Not loving the season as much as the first. I think there are some differences, and season 1 was a little bit more interesting for me. Maybe it was just the newness of the Boba Squadron that made it more enjoyable week after week. Like it was a new thing that we were doing. It had this whole, it just felt like something new and different. Not that we are old and same now, if someone wants to take it there.
We're
Not
old and
that
different.
way. Hondo is around
Some of us
at the
older
Disney
than
park
others.
too. Yes, he is alive in this Bad Batch
See,
era.
I don't think he ages the same way.
As Paul says, the weak ways. Oh, hey, guy. Hondo was in Clone Wars. His best friend was Obi-Wan. Yeah, Hondo. Yeah, I don't. It's hard to keep track of the timelines sometimes. But yes, that's episode 9. Do we have anything else, Paul? Yoko?
Yeah, hold on. Let me send you. I
What
was
do you
hoping
send me?
that Bernie would show up by the time to talk about this, but let me put it in the chat. Can you bring this up?
Where
So
am I
they're
looking?
bringing Star Wars Night back in the private chat at Disneyland,
Okay.
and I'd be excited. I gotta pick a. Oh, I closed it.
All right, I got you. Here you go.
Okay. Star Wars Night is coming back to Disneyland. They just announced 4 dates in May. It's a separate ticketed event, so you it's not included with like the park admission for the day. So you buy your Star Wars Night ticket. Usually they let you in, I think it probably says somewhere on this document, but I think like at 3:00 you can enter the parks. And then the special event starts at like 8. I think it's like 8 to midnight or something like that. And you get they have special photo ops and food and other cool things. Yeah. So tickets, if you're for Magic Key holders, they go on sale tomorrow, I think, and then the general ticket sales on Thursday morning.
That spot in front of the Falcon is so dang photogenic. Like, I love it.
Can you light the dog up, please? Sorry.
This guy's having the time of his life.
So I went last year. It was so much fun. I went with Ernie and Corinne. my friend Laura, RMD was there, Fred was there, a bunch of people were there. I would like to return this year. Just trying to get herd some cats. Not cats. Not cat either. But
What are you saying? Heard some cats?
I said I'm trying to make plans with my friends is what I was trying to say. So I don't know exactly which date I'm going to go to yet. So I was saying I'm going to herd some cats, and then I was like, that sounds confusing because I have cats. And then remember with cat in the chat, and
Okay, now Yoko's rhyming. Real quick, Micro Galaxy Squadron says, I really wish Sid would go ahead and betray them so we can break away from this mission of the week formula. Yeah, have them on the run. Build up that excitement. I can see that. But yes, Star Wars nights, if you're going.
So, Paul, you coming?
I'd love to. Ryan Dole in the chats, he was talking to me earlier about this very thing because we have some obviously friends in the area as well. Steve 3 is there with his lovely little wife, Ali, and I think Brandon, part of that group, part of the SOC group. It'd be lovely for all of us to meet up and do that. Unfortunately, May is kind of one of those crazy months for the entire family. So Miles has he's going on a class trip up to Ottawa one weekend. So that's one weekend out of May. And I've got some stuff happening in Ottawa I have to go to as well. It's going to be announced on the 23rd. Couple of days, a few days, it's going to be announced what's going on for me up there in a nation's capital. Knighted? So no, we're not a monarchy.
Is it a Hallmark movie?
No. You'll have to wait. You will have to wait and see. Aww. But yeah, unfortunately, May is like crazy in terms of the weekends and stuff. And I made a promise, a solemn vow, in fact, that I would not go to Galaxy's Edge without my family. We will go together.
They can come too.
So I know that's the thing, but we can't get everybody together on that, right? And I think Noah might even have another audition or a callback because he's applying for theater schools running out of time too. So it's complicated.
It is. It's kind of crazy that they are putting these tickets up for sale so close to, they usually do it much earlier, so you have more time to prepare, and plan around it. But I'm glad that they're bringing it back because it was a lot of fun last year. So I hope I can figure that out when to go.
Jarhead says, are you guys going to be doing this for Mando Season 3? Just wondering because I like your perspectives.
Nice.
Heck yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm. We'll keep
9 days
it going on Mondays, right?
Away. Yeah, let's just do it on Monday. If you are maybe on the West Coast, Yoko will do a midnight 30 chat on her Twitch channel.
Well, he doesn't have to be on the West Coast. Some people
sure, or if you're up at 3:30 on the East Coast, 3:30 a.m., you can join Yoko, or set an alarm. Or if you're in overseas, it'll be like 9:30.
Yeah, midnight 30 is a worldwide event
in Europe.
Kev.
Or
don't be so narrow-minded.
3:30 in the afternoon in Asia, or if you're in Montana, I know all these other time zones. Where's Montana? Oh. I don't know. So you stumped me with that one.
Montana's like Calgary time zone, so it'd be 2 hours behind us. So instead of 12:30, it'd be like 1:30 in the morning for them because they're an hour ahead.
Is Montana 1 hour? I thought I was about to claim Montana for Pacific time.
Is it also daylight savings that messes it up a little?
It's mountain time.
Lousy farmers. Yeah. That's another King Size Homer joke. By the way, that King Size Homer episode, I watched it last week. It's solid comedy from scene 1 to the final closing scene. If Simpsons fans, go rewatch King Size Homer and get hyped for Super 7 Ultimate's King Size Homer. It's going to be awesome. Yes, we will be back for Mando. We will be here for Mando Season 3. The Order of Canada, is that what it's called? That sounds the Knights of the Order of Canada. Actually, that sounds not as cool.
No,
being knighted.
Knights of Ren, pretty lame.
Can you imagine Paul being knighted by who would do the knighting? Is it not the Surgeon General? who's the one in Canada that's the representative of the Queen?
The Governor General?
Governor General. The Surgeon
Jeez.
General is the one who's warning on the packs of cigarettes in America. The Governor General, the representative of the Queen, and then he'd be like, can you use this lightsaber instead that has all my voice fonts on it? And that's what you would use.
Is that how I sound? Can you
Only
use this
when
lightsaber with all
Only when it's in front of the Surgeon General.
impersonation of me. Thank you.
That's my generic voice for anything nerdy, including myself, of course.
Okay.
Boba Squadron goes to London.
I wish.
Oh my gosh. If we were only an
Do you know
accredited
somebody?
podcast. Why?
I couldn't
I
even
wanna
get
go.
screeners.
I know. That's... I
Couldn't even get screeners for Bad Batch. You think we're gonna get invited to as much
Oh.
as I would love? But yeah, that would be awesome. Surgeon General, the one who cut into my finger. Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of I think what Obi-Wan is going to be at Celebration in London.
Everybody but
Ewan
me.
McGregor. Oh.
That's all I'm saying.
Wait, even Axe Wolves?
Yeah, I bet he is going to be there.
That is BS. You're in the Knights of the Order of Canada. What the heck?
I'm not getting an Order of Canada. You actually have to do something to get one of those, I think.
All right. Yoko, you brought up the Disneyland Star Wars night.
Mhm.
Anything else that Ernie would? Oh, yeah. No, anything else? I thought I had something, but I didn't.
Oh, that was confusing. No.
No, no. Okay. All right. Let's
we?
let's wrap it up.
Am I forgetting something? Were you
I'm
trying
sure
to set me
we'll-
up for something?
No, I'm sure we'll remember it the moment we go offline. I was just surprised because I remembered my daughter taught me how to use grouped tabs on Google Chrome today, and I just noticed that.
Oh,
I think I'm turning. When your daughter teaches you something about the internet, is that the beginning of old agedness? It's like, no,
Old
Dad, you
Asian?
can group all your
Old
Asian.
Asianness? Is that what you
I'm
said?
not offended. Agedness.
Oh, old. I mean, either way.
Yoko, I am half offended.
Or are you
Um,
offended half the time?
all right, let's get into the outros and then Yoko's perfect outros. What if let people know, Yoko, where they can catch your next stream?
Yes. Follow me on Twitch, Live in La Vida Yoko, where I stream Tuesday nights around 7:30 Pacific time. Sometimes I'm blinging, sometimes Lego building, sometimes other things. And Midnight 30 will return next week for Mandalorian. I'm super pumped about that. That will also be on Twitch. And Yoko McCann on Instagram and YouTube occasionally.
Awesome. Oh, I forgot I should do yours last because that just goes right into the outro.
It's okay. I need it. I need
we'll
to get a
remember
breather. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Win or lose, where can I hear the Ernie Coins story? It's last week's episode. I think Ernie posted a clip highlight on his stories. If it's not there anymore, I can find it for you because it was edited by the great Tommy K. And yeah, I'll post it on the Boba Squadron Instagram. But it's a story that you don't want to not miss. That's, I mean, take that as,
Yes. He meant what he said.
yeah, it's not the best story.
Seas of oceans. Seas of
Yeah, there-
ocean.
Some great rambling last week from some of the Grandpa Simpsons on the stream. Paul,
Yo.
what have you got going on, my friend?
Oh my gosh. Head to Los Angeles at the end of this week. Not for work per se. I've actually been invited to the season launch of Mandalorian season 3 at the El Capitan. So
So
that's
cool.
why I'm heading out to Los Angeles. I'm going to be out there
Super jealous.
for a few days visiting some old friends. I've got U.S. representation out there, so I'm going to be visiting my agents' offices out there, meeting my con agent, my U.S. agents as well. My Canadian agents are coming with me, so we're all going to walk the red carpet and enjoy the premiere of season 3 of Mandalorian together. So it's my first sort of red carpet in the States. I'm really, really nervous and looking forward to that. I have no idea what I'm going to wear for that, but it's going to be cool. And while we're out there, we're going to help, going to celebrate with Steve 3. It was his 95th birthday on Friday, I think.
Oh my god!
And no, he's not 90.
I'm like, wait a minute. No, he's not. I meant
No, he's 50. He's 50. He just turned 50, so the big half-century mark. So it'll be good. We get a chance to see him. Got other friends in Los Angeles I'm dying to see. Sean P., you're out there. My brother from another mother. Let's do some lunch or dinner. That'd be cool, because I'm actually going to be staying in Koreatown this time. No more Manhattan Beach, because I'm not working down there. I am actually going to be downtown. So yeah, let's get together and break some bread. In the meantime, I do have an Instagram presence. My Instagram handle is @angryappa. It's a long story as to why it's different from all of my other ones, but you can check me out there. Just dropped an Instagram live today, unboxing some toys. And my regular channel, where you can most likely reach me at, is my YouTube channel, Bitter Asian Dude Inc., where I have Funboxing Sundays every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where I unbox a geeky collectible, do a half-ass review, and we chat. And you can find me on Twitter, although I'm not really there that often because it's a cesspool, but at Bitter Asian Dude on there too. So that's me.
lovely. Please go follow my fantastic friends on all their social medias. They put out really cool stuff. Don't forget the Fallen Fett and the Falling Chronicles over on the Fallen Fett channel on YouTube. Ernie, we missed you tonight.
Wednesdays,
But
check out his stream.
Wednesdays, check out the Fallen
streams on Wednesday?
Chronicles.
Yeah.
It's a Wednesday.
Ernie?
That's the show. Who's Ernie
Yeah.
again?
You've been on his show.
You know him as I couldn't think of anything funny.
Oh, that little guy.
Oh, Yoko.
Bobo Feet. I like him.
The prospect,
fun.
you know?
Yeah, the prospect. Oh, that guy. I thought we cut him. That's all. He's not here tonight.
Well, that's why he
Oh.
started his own show as a backup plan. Yeah.
No, I like him. He's funny. He makes
Go,
me laugh.
go,
His
everyone.
stories are great.
Yeah.
You ever hear his
Oh,
coin
yeah.
story?
It's one for the memory books.
Please go show some love to Ernie over on his channel. That's Wednesdays at 5 or 5:30 Pacific. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does he have a set time?
6,
Or-
I think usually more like 6. I think he's adjusted to 6 Pacific.
Okay, 6 or 9 Eastern. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'll be back for Unboxing Thursdays this week at 9 p.m. Eastern with Chris from Mind's Eye. We're going to look at some toys, some collectibles that aren't featured as prominently on the channel. Like blind box, designer vinyls, things like that. But I think there's some
Things I collect.
crossover appeal for things that Yoko collects. But there's some crossover appeal. There's things that people might be interested in, and we'll talk about that for a little bit. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you're still watching, you enjoyed what's happening tonight, please subscribe to the channel for more great, I like to think it's great, toy content. And thank you, Paul. Thank you, Yoko, for tonight. And thank you in the chat. Yoko,
Thank you,
you got it.
Cat in the chat, and the rest of you. I just wanted to say it one more time. Actually, there's this. I was thinking of a scene from 10 Things I Hate About You with Allison Janney, and she's talking to Julia Stiles, and her character's name is Cat in 10 Things I Hate About You. And she's like talking, she's holding a mug, and her mug has a cat on it, and she's like, cat. Anyway, that's all.
Have you seen that, Paul?
Yes, I have actually.
Cat.
I
It's like
don't
such like
think
a minor moment. It's like one of those like random throwaway scenes, really, in the movie. It's but for some reason it's stuck with me. Cat.
That's fair. We referenced The Simpsons 4 times tonight, so who am I
Right.
to say anything?
10 Things. One of my favorites. They have not shown the merch for Star Wars Night yet, but usually there's something. Usually there's some stuff. But I'm sure Ernie will be happy to dissect that once those announcements come through.
Dissecting like a Surgeon General.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we done? Are we signing off?
I'm waiting for you to do the
We
sign
are
off.
okay. Well, you kept putting chats up on the screen, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, sorry.
That sounds cute. All right.
Okay.
Be sure to hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. I'm sure you have. Although you probably unthumbs upped it when Kev told his finger story.
I
But
think they call it a thumbs down.
well, if you hit what, can you hit a thumbs up and a thumbs down? I've never tried. Anyway, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Give us a follow if you aren't already. And I'll just wrap this up. We'll see you here next Monday.
Oh, was that it? Thank you,
I don't know.
Yoko.
I feel like we got it. We covered it all. What else is there to say?
I'll just put
like,
in
follow,
edit from last
subscribe.
week.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah.
Have a good night. Peace. Your voice went up like the sentence was going to